Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Yeah, people, welcome back to the show. It's the World Cup review, yeah, man, and preview show. Thanks very much for tuning in. This video is brought to you by Denver and the Mango Tree, and this book can be found on Amazon. Yes, so check it out, people. It is for your children, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren, because it caters for the age 5 through to 9 years. So, trusting that everybody is doing well and everybody is doing all right. And we are here to talk about what transpired today and move it a little bit further to talk about what we believe will happen in the games to come. So please remember to check it out. If you're on the stream, please like the stream, people. It is important that you like the stream so the video can go out. Thanks very much for liking the stream. Big up to the persons on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. Trusting again that everybody is doing well and everybody is doing all right. So yeah, people, big up to Sheldon Sergeant, big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in all the way from Barbados. Big up the Bajans in the building. All right. So I am here, people. Yes, I am here. So, you know, today wasn't a bad day. I guess the people start to drink their tea. So there wasn't any upset today. Things ran a little bit smooth today in terms of, you know, the whole scheme of people getting upset and all of these things. Yeah. So big up, big up, big up to the World Cup. Things are happening, things are going in. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Anonymous in the building, big up yourself. Actually is here. And of course, you know, when I look across and draw from a blue book, you know what time of day it is. All right. Yeah, man. Dr. Dan in the building. Big up yourself, Dr. Dan. Saw the goods run out. Toughy Rudy. Big up yourself, Toughy Rudy. Big up yourself, Toughy Rudy. You don't know a thing going on. Bless up yourself, Toughy Rudy. Was a bit disappointed that Mexico didn't advance. Was hoping for another CONCACAF team. Laneza, big up yourself. Remember, I was the one who was saying that no CONCACAF team was going through, you know, USA kind of pressing me on that one because they went through. Can't talk to US on that one. And Costa Rica still has a chance. Yeah, a long time you talk about Argentina should add Alvarez there at Chile, honestly. And it's not because you like Argentina, it is because Alvarez is a baller over there from a city. You know what I mean? So it's it. All right. So yeah, man. I saw the cookie combo, you know. Mexico. People really thought that he would have, you know. He would have been they would have gone through. But trust me, luck was not on their side at all. That's the big thing. You know what I mean? But we are here. We are here. We are here. And we're gonna run through this quickly now because the World Cup are boiled down now. It is boiling down. So these bug of upset that we have been having, it's not gonna happen anymore. Some people still thinking that what's his name? Lionel Messi will lose against Australia. But we don't think that gonna happen at all, at all, at all, at all. Me no think that. Anybody will think that really don't like, Argentina. But they are going. And my predictions are going through so far. And let's see how that go. I say actually Poland lucky. If Argentina lose 10-1, I don't care as long as Alvarez score me good. Yeah, man, me know sir, that's why, man. You have to big up your squad, you know. You are big up your squad. Um, eh, Mickey J said Argentina made a lot of shots at goal, even though it was only 2 goals. It was impressive. Impressive. Up and running. That young baller from Manchester United named Gennaro should have been taken on the Argentina team. I see, I see. We say more upsets to come. Talk to it, Jason. Hey, so we don't know outside the support, Jason. Outside of your side. Don't tell me say England. Ishmael say Argentina. No way Argentina losing to Australia. No, we don't think that will happen. Argentina gathering momentum. Yup. Senegal will beat England and lose to France in quarterfinals. All right. It's the reggae boys. Zebev, England is your side. Wrong side of support, man. Wrong side of support. Zebev. And Senegal ain't beating England. All right. Senegal slowly but surely, I didn't have them to. I not to remember. It's because them take out the something there for the prediction something. I don't even remember all of my plans them. All right. So what's up, Fear Spot? Your side win today? Your blue stripes. uh, they say you're Patriot. All right. Outside name Patriot. New England Patriot. Denmark biggest disgrace of World Cup 20. Too much Europe, too much European team a qualify where easy to qualify for Europe, man. Man say my Patriot, New England Patriot. uh, where's the fear spot? You're joining us on the panel. Me send it, me drop the link already, you know. I would say Phoenix, but I'm not sure about that. Better you support your left side than support England. Hey, actually not easy, you know. Actually not easy at Claude Murphy, big up yourself. Where is the Saudi Arabia? They were all rating up. This is Messi World Cup. This is a Messi World Cup. The GOAT, Messi, the greatest player of all time. Messi, Messi. All right, Claude Murphy. Fierce but I love. England I win. On what chances? So as much team I win, me just hear Messi. Me no hear Argentina and me hear Messi. Tough Rudy as a France. I would say something, but don't want the Argentinian fans come at me. So what you say, man? You're not big, but I'm brave. Neo Sovereign, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Neo. Boy, coach, it's off topic. But Simon refusing to ask Chung whether the JFF plays a role in verifying players' registration with the administration when they are trying to obtain a visa to play overseas. I don't know why. Joan Spence, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Joan Spence. I don't know why, Neo. All right, so let me draw from my blue book. Draw from my blue book. Hey, we are going good on the prediction so far, you know. Where are we? Day 11. Day 12 coming up tomorrow. Everything I simmer down to gravy now, you know. Everything coming nicely down to gravy. Cramps, big up yourself. Big up yourself. All the people who joined coaches that throughout this World Cup World Cup games, big up on yourself. All of the people always supporting, big up on yourself. Enough respect. Man called Rob Smith, him change him name from the prediction boss. Him know say him fall off, you know. That's why I run gone, you know. Flavor Max, big up yourself. Argentina will beat Australia and Netherlands, but will be beaten by Brazil at the semi-final. Tony Green, big up yourself. Rob Smith is here. Cramps there. Not yet. Want to see where my side I deal with first. Rough day today. Only two. Two from two. Why, I tell you, I saw the prediction thing going on, Rob Smith. Yeah, man, sometimes you fall off, man. It's like all actually fall right off. Right now, hospital waiting room. Actually, sit down in that. And that's why you change back in name so quick from prediction, boss. Yes, man. You never know, say your turn a cup. Denmark only have fancy name players. Messi would lift that cup. Messi. Hey, Rob Smith, you know. You think your prediction thing easy? You get beaten till you're sick. You go on a 4 offer and if free throw line and thinks everything good. Go behind the art now, no? But, but 2 from 2. A 2 from 4 you have to put. But 2 from 2. There's a bracket for the knockout stage. No, but the bracket I did was to carry a ride to the final of the World Cup. But I went on it afterwards and then they said that I can't access it again. If Argentina don't win this World Cup, I would season. Hold on, let me see how this. I would season my shoes and eat it. Oh Lord. Is it a Clarks? Is it a Nike? Is it an Adidas? Is it a Puma? Is it a Prada? Balenciaga? In Claude Murphy? You have to be careful enough. France and Denmark really go lose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I saw it. Come on. Rob Smith, you change. Yeah, man, you saw how quick him change back, actually. He doesn't know how that side of it feels, you know. Mm-hmm. Remember, me did say USA. Yeah, yeah, Sean Ellis. Me never put them to go through, but you know, so prediction go. You have spills and thrills as well. I can't believe France lose to Tunisia, although Argentina is my team. Boy, I saw it go. Inside politics at work at Chile, 50% boss today. You have to add that on it, man. That prediction boss, 50% boss. All right, so Messi for the cup stills. All right, we here, you know. Thank you, Jason. Okay, I'm going like say, you can get on 4-0 right at the free throw line and things that in reach, you know. In buck up in a. All right, let me check out the prediction them and see what go on. I said 2-1 to Argentina. Tick. Rich Pooh say 1-0. Tick. Rob Smith say a 2-0. Say Rob Smith. A 2-0 Rob Smith did say. Oh, 2-1. But check. Stan Cranky said 2-0. So guess what? Stan Cranky has gotten the Exactamundo. Where it is. Where it is. So Stan Cranky get the Exactamundo, people. Come, clap him, clap him, clap him. So the scoreline was 2-0. And Stan Cranky got that one. Duckland said 1-0. Actually said 1-0. So everybody got that one right, you know. Everybody got that one right. But Stan Cranky was the man with the Exacta Mundo. Hey, you notice me note something with the Messi fans. They are not saying Argentina is going to win the World Cup, you know. They are saying the World Cup is for Messi. I wonder why. Come on, man. Put some credit behind the other player's name. Yeah? Put some credit. Alvarez and them, man. There. McAllister. Come on, man. Give some credit to these people as well. These referees will do anything to give Messi a World Cup. Where's the penalty there? Oh, boy. So let's see. Absent, you still believe Zion was picked ahead of Whisper because of the fans? Argentina got all out for that game. Australia is unpredictable, but keep an eye on them. Oh, Argentina, my team. But at this strike rate, it's England and France for the World Cup. Nah, England can't win it. What about Brazil? Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. Listen to me. That's not what I was saying. I said the same people who call for those players are now saying Whisper was left out for JFF reasons. We would get a penalty in the start play. All right. So back over to the prediction. Mexico. I said 1-0. Check. Rich Poo 1-all. Wrong. Rob Smith follow me and say 1-0. You get it right. Stan Cranky said 2-1. Hey, wait. Stan Cranky with another Exactamundo. Oh, my word. Stan Cranky. Oh, my word. Stan Cranky with another Exactamundo on the prediction. Big up to Stan Cranky. Hey, Rob Smith, a them prediction you need to come forward to, you know. Duckland said 2-0. Actually said 0-all. And he was wrong. So me I bought well, you know. Me I bought well. I am batting well. All right, so boy, Denmark. Anyways, I'm France. Everybody get the 50-50. So I said Denmark 2, Australia 1. Me get that wrong. Rich Pool, wrong. Rob Smith, wrong. Stan Cranky, wrong. Duckland Senate say 1-0 for Australia, and it's an exactamundo for Team Duckland. Yo, exactamundo. Exactamundo for Duckland Senate on this one. Wow. Hey, Rob Smith. You have a bud like them think that them way if you have full prediction, give a correct score on them something to get the exactamundo, you know. You understand? So actually said 2-1 Aussie. Actually got that one right as well. So actually and Duckland got the Aussie beating Denmark score right. And moving along to the Tunisia versus France. I had them 3-1. Whoops. Wrong. Rich Poe 2-0. Wrong. At Rob Smith 3-0. Wrong. Stan Cranky 4-0. Wrong. Duckland Senate 4-0. Wrong. No, sir. Actually, Sean was star. So Duckland Senate with 3. Stan Cranky with 2. So the winner is Duckland Senate got that round. So Duckland Senate is the winner. Come on, clap Duckland. Everybody get them wrong, brother. I tell you. But big up to Duckland. Duckland would have come forward and he is the top predictor for last night's prediction show, where he got 3 from 4 in the prediction. And he got an exactamundo. No, you got 2 exact. No, 1. 1 exactamundo. So big up to Duckland. Coaches, we want a Spain Japan date draw tomorrow, so Germany can drop out. Only man brave enough to pick Australia. Big up Duckland. Yeah, man. I said them did look decent last game. All right. So Duckland, do you think that they are gonna give Argentina any problem? Talk to us actually. Do you think that they are gonna be giving Argentina any problem? Do you believe that? Because you said them did look decent last game. All right, so let us look at the fixtures tomorrow. Hey, we some interesting games. The big bad game, you know. Hey, some serious games that come up tomorrow, you know, people. Some serious games. And then a prom push games coming up tomorrow, you know. You understand? Canada flatter to deceive. Sorry for Canada. Big up yourself, Roderick. Them did look decent last game. Jason, yeah, follow coach on Instagram. Argentina defense looks solid from them left the Saudi Guzo, but Australia showed them capable of scoring on big teams as they did against France. If we start the right side, we're good. Coach, buck up only work one time. We say buck up on the work one time. All right, so how this group stay right now, it's a very, very interesting setup. Very, very interesting. Because Spain is currently leading the group. They are on 4 points. Followed by Japan, 3 points. Costa Rica, Los Ticos, 3 points. And Germany, the Germs, they are on a point. A single point. Can you believe it? Hey, I can remember when I was doing my prediction, you know, and I put Germany on number 4 on the list, you know. And the people they make me change it, you know. About Germany and Spain I got through, you know. Boy, may I tell you, star. Look how me did have it right. So I know every time you follow people, do your own thing. You understand? Let me see what I go on this one. Which team I book them ticket out of Qatar? Never mind. That them what? NVM? That them no join Qatar and watch from the stands. Such team have to win. What go on, Shana? You say, when me tell you on about my side. People, Shauna, the goodness here, people. Oh Lord. Shauna come to remind us about her side. Which side, Shauna? Is it the left side or the right side? Talk to me. I know a few things about sides, you know. J Ham is saying Germany will beat Croatia. No, Costa Rica. That's why I want Japan draw. Coach, I said Spain and Japan. Okay. We say Shana one side. My have land side. But Japan messed up when they lost to Costa Rica. It rough on Belgium as well. Hello, here the man called Germany. Onika, big up. Say, you find a team, you find a party, Onika. Yeah, but Lady Shauna. You find company. So, what would I say, people? Some upset I go on tomorrow. Some man have to get some Panadol and some Pepto Bismol. What would I say? Some Anjus for the upset stomach. Okay, Onika, I think you're switching, man. Okay, you're not join up with China. All right, me glad say you're not join up with China. Actually, that would be great if Germany were to lose. Hey, between me and only, me want them for God and yard still, That's why me did have them at the bottom of the table, But no come boots me up, man. Uno come boots me up about Germany, this Germany, that. Big up yourself fresh in the building. Where's the cramps? On one side. I don't know. She need to tell me for the left or the right side. Shauna, is it the left or is it the right? Yeah, man, them boots me up like supple gen, man. After me don't have my way of seeing the thing. I'm gonna follow the people them. John Star. John Star. Davian, big up yourself. That German side, you go peak at the right time. Hey, me want to see that. I want to see that. One thing me know, one team a join Italy at home. Germany not lose. If Germany gets out of the group, you better beware. They are notorious slow starters, but always finish strong. That German side, you have a peak, as the man say. Seeing back fit now. Or Sane. So, what to say? Prediction time are too early for prediction. Gunners boss, big up yourself, So, did y'all give Costa Rica the same energy for the world for the W code? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I hope road you was living on when you said Germany finishing last. So me name there no hope road, man. Me I can't belly fee 7-1, man. Belgium, I go home. Not even God can save them. Too early, coach. Nah, man, better we just go out with the prediction, because I'm telling you this. Me no intend to stay on late tonight, honestly. So who come late, I just saw it things set up. Who come late. You understand? Who no understand? Rob Smith, stepping razor. Jairus, big up yourself. So who in our prediction? Put up on the hand and we see who we can select from. Belgium look awful. Only a performing Lukaku can save them now. Lukaku. Man, them a look to Lukaku to save them, man. Man, we didn't send on the first touch. Man, we didn't send on the first touch, you know. All right, Davian. Rob Smith saying, you know. All right, so we go back for the Rob Smith. Davian. Tony Green off United, you know. Who else in that? Man's hands up like Zoom. Actually, off United still, you know. Actually, a boss, man. From prediction. Cramps. All right, I'll put cramps in there. All right, so that will close off the show. Close off the aspect right there. So right now, Costa Rica is sitting third in the group. Right? Costa Rica is sitting third in the group. They will go up against fourth place, the mighty Germans. Germany knows very well that a victory for them or nothing less than a victory for them. Them World Cup hopes are go down the drain. You understand? So they want to get something out of this. And it is important that they get something out of it. You understand? So Davian kick it off. Well, Zebeb kick it off and said Germany 3, Costa Rica 0. You think Costa Rica would be in that situation and give it away? Although we see a lot of teams in that situation and give it away still enough. Germany 4-0 by Davian. I don't know. You can't be joking out the show making emotional predictions because of the old 7-1 at home jobbing by. No man, hey, me serious about it. Hey, look where Germany they Gunners boss. Look where Gunners boss. Look where Germany there. You can't tell me say me a joke when I make my prediction. If me wrong. Then rooted at the foot of the group right now. So don't tell me say me wrong. Even though this is the last game, but they have everything to play for. This team now give it away like that. You think this Costa Rica team will give it away like that? Jero says 6-0 for Costa Rica tomorrow. I guarantee that not happen. June Spencer, Brazil, Hollywood. Well, actually, the Rob Smith, Mr. Chung coming here next. Man's on a world tour. You know, I like that touring thing there. If Musiala broke him ducks early, Costa Rica gets 6. Musiala, bad baller still on. Germany 4-1. John, know that's what Cramps say. Actually said 2-0 Germany. Tony Green, Rob Smith said 3-0 Germany. Hey, now follow Rob Smith, you know. Costa Rica 2, Germany wrong, 1. All right, Tony Green again. Lanez, that's a 5-1 Germany. King Jab said 3-1 Germany. Disregard my first comment. I was being facetious. My true prediction is 4-1. Me not change, you know. Costa Rica need 4 goals to beat the Germans and spot in the 16th. Jamaican me crazy. Germany 6. Gunners boss. Germany did 3-1 the other country. Follow your belly and pick Costa Rica. To think Musiala could be playing for England. LOL. Germany go out. No cap. Listen to me. Here how me I look upon this now. Costa Rica really don't have nothing to lose still, you know. Germany have something to lose, you know. Gilly gonna say nil all. You know, Costa Rica has nothing to lose. But the fact that they need a result, that is going to prove very, very decisive. And the German team, I think they're a fighting team. They came back in that Spanish game. I think it is difficult for Costa Rica, I believe, to score against this Germany team. I'm going 2-0. 2-0 I'm going for. I think that surprise win from Costa Rica over Japan is all that they'll get. Are they going to prove me wrong again? Are they going to prove me wrong again? Costa Rica can't say they need a draw to go through because Japan, remember say how much goals scored upon them in that first game? 6, you know. Yeah, man. All right, so that's the prediction. People are saying they are gonna be winning, but them still a pot them bag because they're at the foot of the table. So Gunners boss, you can go and talk, you know. When we predict no emotion. Of course, me always go want Germany lose. But see then now, me I pick them to beat Costa Rica. But me didn't make me half right now. Them now come out of the group. Because Germany is a big team. If Costa Rica can hold them ground and touch the ball, right, it's over. All right, you hear what the man say? We are work with Tony Green, you know. But I think the Germans are going to win the game. To no avail. Because if Japan draw the game with Spain, some people still talking about Spain trying to let through this Germany team, you know. What is going on the phone? People forgive my this now. Yeah, man. I find a way to stop him from making noise. I'm gonna probably still hear it, but it now come through the system. That was too much, man. Yeah, so I don't know. For the first time in the history of the World Cup, the host nation don't get 1 point. Show y'all how sports washing is not a winning method. What method is it? What method is it? All right, so Japan, Spain. How the Japan, Spain go? This is gonna be a tough match, you know, but may I give Spain the edge, you know. 1-0 for Spain. 1-0 for Spain for me. Me nah go around the bag of, this Japan team is a running team as well, but I think they might something there, man. Qatar pay the most expensive price for nothing. Because they can do it, Gunners boss. Some of them Camille. That was Topper with more calling your coach. Topper now call my phone. 2-0 win. All right. Jero Spain 2-1. At Chile Spain 2-1. I feel Japan can do it, but I'm going with Spain too. Rap Smith I get coward now. So bowl again. Spain 2-0 according to Dwayne Scarlett. Germany 2-0. Spain wants to avoid Brazil. They will go for the win against Japan. Spain 2-0 according to Gunners boss. Spain will have to work for a 1-0 win. Japan will not be rolled over. A 1-0. Me put, again, Spain 2-1. Cramps I said 2-1 to Spain. Let me see what I get exact Mundo tomorrow, Tony Green, Japan 2, Spain 1. It's going to be a tough game. Tony Green, him the ramping, man. Always I go against the odds, Chano. Feel Japan gonna upset them 2-1. So if Japan upset them 2-1, how will that affect the group? If Germany win. Germany can't pass Spain because of goal difference. So Germany would have dip on 4. Spain would have dip on 4. Spain will take it same. So Germany still in a match. Germany have to go do right now. Match. Article 9 of FIFA regulations require host FAs to certify an international transfer certificate for players seeking to play overseas. If they decline certification, the player can be refused his visa. Okay, so I saw it go near. So we don't near the general, man. Near the general, I'm tell us that near we did one on the show last night, man. Germany would have to dump up Costa Rica. Yup. I'm have to drop a whole heap on them, man. A whole lot. From reach stage maths, you in problem. Yeah, man. A maths reach, man. And a serious maths. And Costa Rica go play for it all. Don't think so them just go, Yo, man, I tell you that phone I can't. Actually, I go with for that phone. Alright, whole time phone, Oh, sitting there call. Let me hear a Gunners boss, I say. Why when Gunners boss I call it, go through? Germany better find X before. Gunners boss, big up yourself. Why when you are calling the phone I block you? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Where you did?
And beat up Costa Rica when you on the board, but don't you say never never touch the show. We just want to find out the political story for them flowers after them go back on.
All right, then take away your phone. I will take away your
What
phone.
is that?
Oh, me think somebody take away your phone.
No man, I'm an earpod dead in my ears, you know.
Okay.
I have it in for a while now, so I have to switch to the speaker.
Yeah man, what you say? Yeah man, we big up Costa
well,
Rica and that much them man. What you say man? I me take my licks man. Me take my licks and I say
okay.
cause me I say too Costa Rica playing at the first game and I don't believe that they're gonna even score a goal, much less get a win, and then shame me.
I mean, it's smart enough to tell yourself to be careful, don't. Smart enough to tell yourself to voice. Well, we turn down something else. We turn down this.
Actually, say Germany better find X before X find them. That sound like some serious maths. Hey, from here, look at you, them a try find X in a maths in a brethren.
You know, roll with Germany when them drop the 7-1 pound. You know, roll with Germany, you know. 4 times I carry Germany.
What go on, people? What kind of link would I talk about? Jason or Rob Smith? Hey, people, internet run gone, you know. Internet say, yo, I'm not here, but go on, left your boss. Me can't understand all this thing. I flip some people. Anyways, up and running again. So, we'll be back in a few. All right, people, so I'm back. I am back. I don't know what is happening with this internet stuff. But we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. All right. So, actually, applied maths are quantum physics. They are in trouble. Know you're old enough to know about the person who have the visa link. Who that have the visa link? Me need one link, you know. Who have the link? Let me hear what Neo say now. I don't know it took place, but it's a process, and it was possible for players' visa to be denied on that basis. Okay. Boy, Neo, me wish you did there yesterday, you know. People me try for link Neo yesterday, but Neo tell me, say, boy, him did a deal with something. Man, they must say Germany I find X. My opinion, maybe they could if spoke on behalf and didn't. I sent a wedding invitation to help my sister get a visa. Showed it to at last night. Internet has strike against your coach. Yeah, phone just dead on me miss. Right. Oh, so a cramps unplug it thing. Okay, about him phone just dead away miss. I'm unplug my internet. All right, so Canada, Morocco. Canada has nothing to play for. Canada has nothing at all to play for. How do you think that group will go? So Croatia and Morocco, Morocco 2-1 according to Davian. Actually, Davian said 2-1 to Morocco. Actually, said 1-0 to Morocco. Canada should play for a first World Cup win. Yeah? Nia, are you that backstage? Rob Smith 3-2 Morocco. Okay. Yeah, Nia, you know. Well, go on, Nia.
Well, coach, me just have to come in, because me just, as I explained, I was out of the loop, didn't hear what was going
Mm-hmm.
on. But I don't know, me just kind of feel compelled to join the discussion because, I see a whole lot of people nonsensing what Bailey said. And I am not saying that what Bailey said was true, All I'm saying is that it is possible, or it was possible, right? That if the federation declined to certify him as a player from Jamaica, leaving their jurisdiction to go and play in another jurisdiction, right? Which is they have to participate in a process where I think it's called an international transfer certificate. Any
Mm-hmm.
player who is leaving from a local FA to go to a FA overseas to play, there's a process for them that they have to go through. And as you know, when you're going over to Europe or you're going to these places to play, you have to get a work visa. There are certain things that you just have to do. And you have to fill out forms and go through this whole process. In fact, there are companies who assist players in doing this process and getting all of the paperwork done with their local federation. And
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying is, if at the time they're trying to seek this from the GFF and the GFF didn't certify it, then this could have been the cause of his visa application being denied. No, don't remember at the time they were not recognizing Butler as a coach because Butler and the GFF were at odds. So it kind of makes sense to me that if Butler say, well, he might take up these players to go overseas, and he's not registered with the GFF as a coach, then the GFF could have simply said, listen, this man is not registered as a coach, nor is this player registered as a player with us.
Mm-hmm.
That is if they apply for this visa to go overseas, or they contact the federation overseas, and if they refuse to supply this information or certify the player, then the visa might be refused. The federation might say no. This, you're coming here to, we can't recognize you as a player when you come because you're not certified by your local federation, and as such, we're not giving you a visa to come and play football over here. You understand? So I don't know that it happened specifically, but all I'm saying is that it don't must be that they take up a phone and call somebody at the embassy and say, "Hey, embassy, don't give this guy a visa." It could just simply be a fact of, saying what would have been the truth at the time, that this, I mean, I don't know that, that he's not certified to play with a coach that we recognize, and so it could have happened. So I don't know. I don't necessarily feel that it's complete garbage that Leon Bailey is talking, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not trying to contradict um the new Gensec.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably he wasn't there at the time. I don't know that he knows exactly what happened, right? All I'm saying is it is possible that something like that can happen, and this international transfer certificate and the process of a local player going overseas to play is a process that can hang up a player who's
Yeah.
trying to go overseas to play. So I just wanted to chime in to say that. That's all.
You're what Rob Smith is saying, Neo.
Hmm.
That makes sense. That's why CB was running him on visitation visa. That's
There
why
you
he
go.
had to keep coming back to Jamaica. Remember, he said in the interview he had to come back, and couldn't get in our school, so he might have to go Mats Unlimited. And I recall Craig Butler making mention of Mats Unlimited, the owner, whoever, last evening when we spoke to him.
So so again, coach, I cannot prove the truth of the allegation. You understand? So let me there court now. But what I can say is that it seemed like, based on this whole process that needs to occur, and
Mm-hmm.
based on the history between the JFF and Butler, it is something that could have happened. When I hear people speaking about Bill, like he's kind of crazy or kooky, or he have some conspiracy theory idea and nothing can go so.
Mm.
You know, I, it seemed unjust for me to sit down and just not say anything because, as I described, if you go and research Article 9 of the FIFA regulations right now, the information is there, people. Just go and look at it. And as you say, Rob pointing out the story and all of the stuff that was happening. Um, you know, you people can decide for themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm sorry, coach, to come on your program and change the whole direction.
No, man, that good man, that good man. We really wanted this clarity. Then the fans out there wanted that clarity because I wanted to know because I was saying last evening if people can really manipulate or influence, that's the word I used, embassies. And based on what you're saying now with the whole memorandum of understanding, so to speak, with FIFA and all of these things, that
International
play
transfer certificate.
international right. That more tells me now that it is a possibility because he was a footballer and wanted to get out. And probably Craig Butler wasn't a part of the whole JFF thing because the whole saga between him and them.
That's right, and coach, and let me just say that it doesn't necessarily mean that the JFF was went out of their way to spite him. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? If somebody asked the JFF at the time whether or not um Craig Butler was a coach registered with the JFF, the answer would have been no, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
And it
you
probably
remember,
wouldn't be a malicious thing. It is just the truth.
right? And remember at the time there were players who were hedging their bets, saying that they don't want to continue with Phoenix because by continuing with Phoenix, they felt like they were limiting their possibilities with the JFF because Butler and the JFF were at odds, right? And they're still that there's still that undercurrent where players who Butler train and develop and manage kind of feel ostracized, or there's this notion that they're going to be ostracized because of Butler's antagonisms with the JFF.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I said, it don't necessarily mean that them go to them way to spite him, although he may have seen it that way because of how things felt.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have been that, there was a man from somebody could say, well, I knew that there a time was going to come when Butler needed us. And here's the time.
Mm-hmm.
And since he is not conforming to our rules, then we are not going to go out of our way to
To help him out, so to
right.
speak.
Yeah. So, all I'm saying is sometimes, you can, you know, infer certain things. But again, people, please, I don't know. I didn't interview anybody or talk to anybody personally. I am just looking at the rules, looking at the process, looking at the story, and I am saying that oftentimes, there's a simpler explanation. There is no, you know, uh, there is no cabal of the GFF and the embassies. But if they sought approval from the GFF, certification from the GFF, that a transfer and a visa could be denied on that process.
So can you shed some clarity on him going to another country to get?
Well, well, coach, and so I'm going to say, I don't know if it's clarity. It
Mm-hmm.
is really speculation, but
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah.
if 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 you see, when you apply for this visa or this international transfer process, right? Then you, if you're in Jamaica and you're doing it, it's an easy telephone call that embassy and that federation has to make.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to another federation like Cuba, where and go and seek the visa from the consulate there, and there is no JFF in Cuba, and you know it is possible that you go there because out of sight, out of mind, and it's going to take some time between when they apply for the visa and time for the JFF to respond, right? And so somebody might do it. Maybe you go to another country and you seek the visa because you figure that it's gonna you're gonna get you're gonna benefit from not having that entity respond right away, and you're going to slip through the cracks. You understand? People do it all the time. you
Mm-hmm.
know Chances are you go to Cuba seeking that you can talk to a man, and it will do something for you because you're there Cuba, man can't get soap, and you understand, so a man might be more amenable to certain suggestions. You understand?
Yeah.
So I can't say for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if out of desperation and the inability to get the visa here, that you might go to Cuba or some other smaller country where people are not used to the whole process, and you can try and slam it through and slip between the cracks. So that wouldn't surprise me, right?
Oh, yeah. So in terms of the whole, because I hear something was mentioned of some child trafficking thing.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and tell me, coach.
It
And
it is it if he doesn't, if he's not the legal guardian and he doesn't have a work permit in the country, carrying him for that purpose without the authorization of the federation can spell trouble for him, or would
yeah,
have.
but coach, basically FIFA came up with Article 9 to address the problem of all of these youth players that were coming from Africa to Europe. Right? There were shady agents who would carry them to Europe, to try and get them to play for football clubs and try and make money from a transfer fee. And they would just come to Europe illegally with these talented players, try and get them in clubs, play for a small club, and many of them were underage, right? And so, because of the problems that were happening with these kids, I think this is a reason why FIFA came up with this Article 9 to prevent what they termed as child trafficking.
Oh.
So this is why Article 9 and the international transfer certificate, this is why the process was made. The process was made. FIFA said that, listen, from now on, no player can come and no player from a host federation can come to this country, go to another country and play unless there's some sort of certification from the host federation that the player is coming from. And I think Article 9 also talk about players under 18. So, there's two processes. One process if you're over 18, and one process if you're under 18 and you're still a child. And the whole rule was developed to prevent child trafficking. But because of the rule and the requirement that players get this international transfer certificate and this process is done, what it means is that if your local FA or federation, if you're not registered with them, then you can get denied a visa or a work permit. I mean, if you go to the American Football Federation or the Canadian Football Federation website, and look on there, I don't know exactly where, but you'll find them advising players who want to go and play overseas that they have to come in and register with the federation before they can obtain the documents necessary to go overseas and play.
And that's the local federation.
Yeah. So if an American player wants to go and play overseas, he has to be certified with the local federation because they have a role to play in this international transfer certificate before that player can go overseas and play. And if he's not registered and therefore they're unable to provide information necessary when the time comes for them to certify the transfer or certify that this is not child trafficking, then the player won't be able to get the visa. They won't be able to play overseas. Right? So all I'm saying is that, I don't know that the GFF did this on purpose. I don't know that they did it, period. Right? But all I'm saying is it is not as crazy as people are trying to make it out to sound. Right? It is definitely something that could have happened, and it may not have happened because man has spite man. It may have happened because of the prevailing circumstances and and what was happening. Now, whatever the feud was between Butler and the GFF and why he wasn't registered as a coach, that's a whole separate issue. But again, it wouldn't surprise me, or it is not out of the realm of possibility, that when the time came for them to certify some of his players looking overseas to play, that they may have refused. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So, again, I don't know that it happened, but I'm just simply saying that because of the registration process, maybe that's what Bailey's referring to.
Right, and it clears up a lot, Neo, because like you said, if for instance or for any reason it occur, it could be a situation where it wasn't done maliciously, as some people might be thinking it was.
Right.
So in other words, the individuals, Craig Butler and his team, did not sign up for that clarity. Whether they know about it or not, that's another thing. And they go, and when referral was made to the JFF, they would have answered a way that it would have put down what Craig Butler had planned to do. And it
Yeah,
was simply because that wasn't done on their part.
right. And I
So you
mean,
see all of this, and it is technically it can be seen as blocking. But when you go down to the nitty gritty and the crevice and corners, then you can say, was it done maliciously? You can really argue out the points and all of that. But
right.
on the
That's
on Leon's point of view, he sees it as blocking because of them tell them no if the question was asked and if that's the case.
yeah, yeah. And so and I mean, look at it from the GFF point of view. That the
Mm-hmm.
GFF that I said, look at it from the GFF's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
That the GFF should take the time to certify players and make sure that somebody who call himself a coach is a coach. That's a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. You understand? That's a good thing. Though it just so happens that him and Butler and them were having a feud. But if it was not Butler, and I don't know that it happened, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if it was somebody else, John Brown, take up 5 young youths to go to, Belgium to play, turns up at the embassy saying, I'm going to look a visa for them, right? I want JFF as the chief administrator of Jamaican football to be in the process, to play a role in that process to make sure that John Brown can just take away somebody's picnic, somebody's child,
Mm-hmm.
and traffic them, right? So so I mean, so I think the rule is a reasonable one and a good one, you know. But of course,
Is there any payment to it, Neil? Any fee?
I don't know. I don't think no. I don't think there is any fee. I don't think that they
Okay.
can charge a fee. I don't think that they can charge a fee. But I think that there are expediters. There are these companies who put themselves out there that they will help players who need this whole process. And by the way, what happened would have happened back, many years ago, right? When Butler was first going over there. I am not quite sure if they have updated the rule and given more guidance on how the rule is supposed to work. But I know that back in the day, this is why Article 9 came about in the first place, and that the process or parts of the process is still active to this day, right? So, you know, whether you're a part of a club in Jamaica playing for, Waterhouse FC, and you're trying to go overseas to work, to play, the GFF plays a role in that whole transfer process, and they have to have this international transfer certificate, and there's this process that occurs, right? And I think that it is a good thing that they play a role in that. Did somebody abuse it in the case of Craig Butler and Leon Bailey? I don't know for sure that they did or did not. Um, but is the fact that they're gatekeepers preventing, something bad from happening? Yeah, I think it's a good thing. So, I don't know. I just think it's more of a nuanced conversation that people need to have. And so I don't have any personal gripe on this issue with
Mm-hmm.
anybody. I just wanted to suggest that there was a different way of looking at the whole affair.
Yeah, man, and we really appreciate that because a lot of my questions are answered. And like you will add this to it that it is all speculation from your part. But it
Yeah,
makes
but
it makes a lot of sense.
as
It
I said,
it 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 clears up some of the speculation, even if what you're saying is speculative. It
yeah,
makes a whole lot of sense.
yeah. I mean, well, what I have done is to suggest a way in which something like that could have happened. No, did it happen? I don't know.
You don't know, right?
But
Exactly.
but could it have happened? Maybe, yeah. you know. So yeah, sorry, coach. So again, um, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
you
hope.
know, sorry, man. You're a place, you know, man.
All
and
right.
and you know, and I not if we go off topic because it has to do with football and it a lot of people. Well, I'm seeing folks in the comment section saying that a lot has been cleared up and clarity is always useful. So it's always good to have a legal mind on certain things
And
to
coach,
clarify some of the things.
and I just want to say also, coach, that the last thing that should happen is, so Leon said this in the interview, and now you have the supporters of Leon and the supporters of the GFF on different side of the fences, and
Hmm.
everybody want war and conflict, and you know, and so what I am saying is that that's water under the bridge because Leon has been playing for Jamaica,
Hmm.
and to go and stir up dirty water and just cause another crisis, and so Leon and them now meet privately and it's war, and them can't settle this, and Leon doesn't play for Jamaica now. The people who get hurt the most are the fans.
Hmm. Because funny enough, Neil, what one thing my takeaway, well, a takeaway for me on this matter, Leon story was inspirational. If we
Yeah,
didn't know about the whole happenings of the JFF, nobody would put it into that perspective. Also, Leon did indicate that he believes that things has changed with the JFF.
right.
So it's not like he was dwelling on the past. He was just sharing his experience, how
Yeah.
he got out of where he was from the Garrison cassava piece
Mm-hmm.
to be a world star right now.
Yeah,
You understand? Move
that's
from
exactly right.
Europe, one part of Europe to a next part of Europe, plying his trade, being a footballer. So this thing, I believe it was rehash, and
Mm-hmm.
people tend to dwell a lot more on what Leon said that caused him not to be in Europe. The fact of the matter is that they pressed through and they reached Europe.
That's the real story, right? That's the
Yeah, that are
story
the real
people should be
story.
focused on. Yeah.
And he said that, I mean, he spoke of the past, and then he said, all right, even though that happened, the JFF seemingly would have taken a turn and things are changing. Things
Right.
are looking good. But
Yeah.
I can bet you people have to listen to the interview again to hear this aspect of the interview, because once them see JFF, I can bet you some of the people them fast forward it quickly for hear about the JFF part
Yeah.
rather than listen the entire story and see that Leon really beat this thing called poverty. Leon really beat this thing called hardship, and
Mm-hmm.
he epitomizes all that it takes to get someone from one stage to the next. It
Yeah.
takes hard work, it takes disappointment, it takes you going over hurdles, it takes setbacks, and not just one setback, but many setbacks.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, Leon Bailey can sit down and have an interview and make mention of these things that he faced
Right.
without
And
people feeling like he's being hard at them.
right. And I mean, he's talking to another Yardie, and him feel comfortable
Mm-hmm.
talking because this is a family discussion. I know, say, family fight all the time, but family is family, right? And so I agree with you, and I don't want it to be a situation where it will undo some of the progress that has been made, and certainly don't want it to be a situation where we back to the days of whether or not Bailey is going to come and play for the team. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Bailey alone don't make the team, but the man is a respected player on the team,
Mm-hmm.
and I, despite whatever happened, he's there playing for the team, and I support him. The GFF itself has said that they are trying to overcome some of the bad issues in them past.
Mm-hmm.
So they have admitted that they have issues, and I am glad that us guys on YouTube, we are helping them and keeping them honest in that whole process. So, you know, all is well that ends well. I pray it ends well.
And the thing to Neo, if tomorrow you come out and share a bad experience that you had with GFF, it's like the wheels start over again, It's like everything reset, Seeing? And
Yeah,
then 10 months pass and me come out and share a bad experience. It's like things just rewind again, and recycle, Is that
right,
what we want to do? Saying all of these things, will they get to the right ears, and then things will set a particular way?
right. And
I want to know if that is the right thing, because there might be other persons out there who have experience,
mhm,
and want to share it, but them probably not want to dig up no dirt, so to speak.
yeah. Well, coach, this is what I will say too. I will say that knowledge is power, and I said it to Mr. Chung, when I was on the program with you and he was there for the interview.
Mm-hmm.
I said to him that the GFF cannot overcome its issues without truthfully confronting the things that have happened. You can't gloss over certain things and ask people not to, remember things that have happened. And you worse can't do that with Jamaican people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hear things out and talk through it. It might take a little bit longer, but if you don't deal with the crisis and the issue, you can't really heal. So in order for the healing to occur, people have these hard um conversations, you know. So I am glad that they have said that they're going to have a discussion about the allegation. I hope it's not Bailey, we're gonna punish you, let us decide what the punishment is, right? Type of
Mm-hmm.
conversation. But you know, I don't mean to say that every time something come up we should relive the issue and then whatever. Um but I will just say that in order for you to heal, if coach, if me wrong you and you not tell me how me wrong you, right? Then
You are gonna be free, and me I gonna have problem,
right. And me can't really ask you for forgiveness. Come in, I really know
You don't know what go on
how me wrong you.
exactly.
And so me and you can't really be good again. Yeah, until you say yo, until you say yo, Neo, me never like when you do X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
Say it's a tough conversation, but me and your man, so make we talk. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same way that, that's the only way to heal, So that's just my contribution, coach.
But before you switch it up a little bit, you made mention of one of the items in the press release from the JFF, talking about where's the proof.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
mean,
made mention of the some negative that they're trying to
well,
explain that to the audience.
right. So I was saying that I when I read the newspaper article in the Observer,
Mm-hmm.
I think there was, I don't remember the exact words that were used, but I think that Mr. Chung spoke on, they interviewed him, and he was saying, "Where's the proof? That this occurred." And so what I was saying is that, at the time, that I didn't really hear a specific firstly, I didn't hear any acknowledgement
Mm-hmm.
of the international transfer certificate, the existence of the international transfer certificate. I didn't hear any acknowledgement that the JFF may play a role when it comes to issues like those. I didn't hear any of those things, and I am not certain that there was a specific denial. It was more like, well, you have to prove that um we did this. And I'm saying it's almost like you're asking someone to prove a negative in a sense, because you're saying prove that we didn't do this. And of course it's going to be hard for Leon to prove that, although he's the one making the allegation. But at the time, my issue with it was that, as I said before when I started, is that a simple denial and the suggestion that only a mad person would say that the JFF could call up the um the embassies and influence them. The idea that somehow, the guy was deluded and just saying crazy stuff, that didn't really sit well with me, especially given the fact that, to my knowledge, right, they play a role whenever players are going overseas to play. So,
Mm-hmm.
that is why I said that. No, again, I don't think Mr. Chung was there at the time. I don't think that was his department. I am not saying anything about him personally.
Yeah.
I'm
but
just
but
saying, yeah.
Neo,
Mhm.
you think with all of these things coming out, him really has set up himself, or he's just acting in the position to defend the JFF?
Well, coach, listen, that's his job, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's his job. So I don't, it's not an easy job, and he acknowledged that it wouldn't be. You understand? Um, I expect him to, he said, well, I want, I want you to show me proof that this happened. Um, but I wager that he said that because he probably knows that, you know, that sort of proof would be very hard to come by, you know. Um, on the other hand, you know, again, Bailey made the statements. He didn't really explain. Perhaps as a child, he himself, as a child, seeing what was happening, didn't have a grasp of all of what was happening. You understand? 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
when you're a kid and you see things going on, as a child, there are certain things you might miss or you're not aware of, right? So, you know, so therefore, I don't know. It is it's just not a simple story. There is no simple explanation in my mind, and I am suggesting that perhaps this is what had happened, right? With them having to certify and maybe failing to certify, and maybe this is where the whole thing comes from. Now, to me, if Bailey is watching or Mr. Chung is watching this interview that we're doing now, perhaps this is a good place to start the conversation that they need to have. You understand? Because to be honest with you, if I were Bailey and I hear them saying, "Listen, Butler wasn't recognized as a coach back then. We weren't sure about him. There were there were issues, and we were not about to certify certain things. We weren't trying to fight you personally, Bailey, but we just never sure about the relationship or the coach." You understand? That's a good place to start a conversation. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, so so maybe
The
they'll
next the next thing now is that the situation has been turned over to Doc and manage. And these two people, coach Al Grimson and team manager Roy Simpson.
right.
You think
Well,
anything will come out of it?
coach,
Because
I've heard from players that Roy Simpson is a good person. and that he has a very good rapport with the
True.
players.
That's true.
And so, that gives me some hope that, that he will be somebody who Bailey and his management team can listen to, right, and reason with. Then as for the coach, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the other person, so I don't know what to say about that. Um, you know, but again, I don't think that there needs to be any harsh reactions on either side when, as you pointed out, coach, the point of the whole interview was inspirational story about how a youth from Yard, persevere and become a Premier League player and is continuing to make strides. So, that's the story here. Um, and they should all keep that in mind when they're having that discussion.
Mm-hmm. More and more, Z not said it.
Yeah,
He's saying
you
that
know,
you see the comment?
yeah. I mean, Zenat is saying that I'm lawyering down my conclusion. Um, you know, Zenat. One thing I've learned in my lawyering years is that oftentimes it's not simple. That both sides have, maybe because I am, because I know I work for the government. I am not an advocate. I am not a defense attorney. I see myself more as a problem solver and a reconciliation person. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really trying to, um, I cannot conclude based on the facts that I have Zenat that the story is one way or the other. You're asking me to assume, facts not in evidence. You're asking me to conclude when the facts don't necessarily support that conclusion. And if I did that, that would not be really very lawyerly like, right? So that's what I'll say in response to that. Nevertheless, Zenat, if that's the conclusion that best that makes more sense to you, you're free to draw that conclusion. But I don't know, and I am not going to say that you know they did it to frustrate him, and I don't know. It seemed like it fit the puzzle, but I don't know for sure, so I don't want to say that.
Yeah. Um, Nitro is saying Algrims said that for a player to be picked or not, it has to be a football reason. Hence, Blake was recalled by him. And Leon Bailey had done another interview where he said if the boys didn't qualify for the World Cup, then it has to do with the federation. They probably spoke about that behind internally. So I guess
Yeah.
they will talk about this internally as well because what I saw in that, this
Mm-hmm.
is my observation from the interview is that the youth are talking pass, are talking truth. He, in my estimation, probably never have no ill feelings towards him sharing his story for a next
Mm-hmm.
youth to see it and know that they can make it. People might
Mm-hmm.
come to their own conclusion, but him just same truth and him not mean nothing because it's in the past.
Right.
That's how me look upon it. And the
I
story is there to inspire and help someone.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that, coach. I mean, look, we're not gonna act like we're brand new. We're not brand new. We know, say, we already acknowledge that the JFF themselves have admitted issues with the way the administration was running. We have a new general secretary because of issues with the way the old one was doing their work.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna hide and talk when we say, me not gonna hide and talk when we say that I am in partial agreement with Leon Bailey when him say them never make it to the last World Cup because of the way JFF did run them business. So yeah, me agree. I generally agree with that statement.
Mm-hmm.
Does the JFF disagree? Then them can disagree. That's just my opinion. Right? Me can lay out facts where we support that. Them can lay out facts where say
Go
it's not
against.
so,
Yeah.
but and everybody else can agree or not. You understand? But when it comes to a specific allegation, say a man do another man something, as I said to Z not you know, I say, well, them never like Butler and Butler did in a position where them need him and them never come through for you know. Did they do it because them not like him or did they even if them did like him, was he registered as a coach at the time? Even if them did like him, you know, was he registered as a coach? No. Did they recognize his program at the time? No. Right? So, you know, whether them did like him or whether them did have issues with him or not, you know, the fact is that at the time when that was happening, it sung to me, if memory serves, and if Butler can be believed that he was not registered with him at the time and they didn't really have a relationship. So, yeah. So, you know, that's what I would say about that. But, you know, again, I I have taken the view that I am going to be judicious and observant and see what the administration is trying to do by way of improving itself. And where I can help in that process, I will. And where I say them not doing what I believe is the right thing, then like everybody else in the chat, we come out and talk. And if coach give me the privilege to, you know, say it louder through appear on the screen with him, then I'll make use of that privilege. Right. So yeah, that's it.
All right. So, any question in the comment section for Neo before we go back to the just one prediction to go Belgium versus Croatia, but trust me, it had to wait, and waiting was not in vain because Neo brought to us some useful information that would have given us a better understanding of what was being said out there vis-a-vis that interview. It's a viral interview. Once Bailey touches stage, you know, say it go big. Once him go before the camera. So yeah, I mean, any question? Zena, do you have any question? Nitro, Zebev, anybody with any question?
Well, coach, since there are no questions, let me just say that I think Belgium is gone. I think Croatia is gonna win that game.
What is your score line?
My scoreline
Yeah,
is 2-1.
2-1 Croatia.
Yeah, man.
You think Belgium can score upon them?
Well,
Croatia
that's
look
a
compact, you know.
it's a good question, but I think that Belgium has individual talent, and all you want is a free kick and their midfielder. What's his name?
Brian.
Yeah, all you need is a free kick, you know, and him can slot it to him. So they have the individual talent to score a goal. But to me,
Okay.
at this point, Croatia appears to be clicking better as a unit.
Yeah, them
And
look vintage Croatia the other day, you know.
yeah, so that's my prediction.
All right. So Neo said 2-1 to Croatia. Who is that? Jason is saying he has a question. Let me put it on screen for you.
What is the best way forward? Jason, in my opinion, Jason, I believe that the best way forward is to um is to give the coach a chance, is to you know I don't want to say give the I don't want to say give the federation a chance, but I mean, like it, but whether or not we like it, they are going to continue. They're the ones in charge, at least until the next election. But what I think is that we should continue to do what we're doing, which is to speak out where we can and apply pressure where we can. Because I'm going to claim it, on behalf of Coach's Desk and Ryan, LFC, and all of the other guys out there, that the pressure that they brought onto the GFF resulted in some positive changes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we should continue steady as steady as you go, steady as we go, just continue doing what we're doing, because I think that it has paid dividends for us, and it has certainly paid dividends, I believe, for the federation. Meaning,
Right.
I think that they have made some changes. Would I like more changes? Sure. Do I think that some of the things that have happened that they're taking credit for, maybe they don't deserve the credit? Yeah, to some extent. But do I think it's a move in the positive direction? Yes. And therefore, I will continue to hope that they continue in that direction.
All right, so well said there. Z Not is saying, I do not have any confidence in the JFF fixing themselves. How can we bring about change? Well, as Neo just mentioned,
Right.
continue to pile on the pressure. And you know what I love about it? The JFF said that they have no problem with this, what we are doing, because it also keeps them on their toes. So this is one of the ways that we are doing it, Zenat. Yeah, man, we are pile on the pressure, keep the public informed on what is happening where the JFF is concerned
And
and
coach,
things around the
can I
JFF.
just chime in and say this, coach?
Sure.
Hey, it's enough man in the chat our panelists say, boy, I just a beat up on the gum. You can't really do nothing for change the JFF. Right? And you can't change the leadership, and you can't this and you can't do that. And to some extent, there wasn't a revolution. We didn't, they never changed overnight. But what happened was them have to watch them P's and Q's now, things.
Oh, them cross them T's and that them eyes.
Right. You understand? And them know say people watch them.
Yeah.
And them know say we are doing research and we are come out there. So them can't just give us some fool answer, because it not go fly this time. Right? And so, so maybe the administration never changed. I don't know if that was, maybe the administration people never get rid of the whole whatever. But, I think 60% change or 50% or even 30% change is better than no change at all. And I don't think the 20 or 30 or 50% or 60% change that would have occurred if there were no YouTubers and spotlight. So yeah.
Hey, Zenat, whether if they're telling a lie, but they're telling a lie on themselves, because if they come publicly and say they don't mind YouTubers beating them, but once it is credible information, they don't have a problem. So how me if you think say I lie them I tell? No, so me have to believe that. So that's why the movement will continue. We not ease up. Acceleration.
That's right.
So so Zenat, why then tell me that lie them me welcome that one there. Because of acceleration straight. You understand? Once we have our information, we just share it with the public, and more, especially in the diaspora as well, people are in tune and they are latching on to what we are doing, what we are saying, so that, like we said earlier, keep them on the toes, P's and Q's, I's and T's have to be in sync, you know? So straight gas, actually. Straight gas. We're now ease up off of the acceleration. So yeah, Davian and Tony Green, look at them leave, you know, them probably not like that conversation. Yeah. All right. So Onika said publicity make them more accountable.
Yep.
Zena said, Coach, every time you guys come on, somebody in the JFF get nervous. And you know, so them watch the show. Me I tell you no I experienced it. I think me share it already, you know, in here.
Mhm.
Went to the office one day, you know, to pick up my accreditation for one of the World Cup games.
Mhm.
And we did it, and I see the former Gensec come down, and they must say, "Mike, you know, yeah, greet cordially and whatever." And
Mhm.
him asked me, I say, "Yeah, man, me your coach is this man." The man said, "Oh, yeah, man, you're doing a good job." So I say, "When are you coming on?" Neo, literally the man ran out of the office. I say,
That's funny.
me laugh. The man run out of the office near. And there was a little slope where some steps are, you know.
Mhm.
And the man ran down the steps and come out of the office. You know, when me say, me go ask the man to come on. You know, the man they not coming in a spotlight, you know, but yet still they know so we're doing a good job because they might watch the show. Or they have their agents watching and bringing the information. So yeah, like now, when Neo come on and present such beautiful information, you have somebody who have a timestamp or them just cut out the part here and send them watch. So now they can scrutinize and know what is what and
Yeah.
follow up what is happening.
Yeah. I mean, and guess what? Um, listen, I, when you come on here and speak and you put yourself out in the public, you open up yourself to criticism too. I mean, I am certain people may have disagreed with certain things that I have said and don't like me because of whatever. But I have, I mean, I love football
Mm-hmm.
and coach love football, and the people at the JFF for the most part say them love football. So we
Mm-hmm.
all have that common interest. And then, you know, additionally, we are, not we, coach, coach and the guys are pioneers in the Jamaican YouTube sphere. But what is happening here? I mean, this is modern media. This is how
Mm-hmm.
it is. This is how it is in England, in the United States. This is how the fans communicate with each other. This is how they communicate with the federation. This
Mm-hmm.
is how you generate publicity for your team, and this is how you win over fans to come to the games. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, it
And
benefit them
it,
too.
it benefit them big time, you know, especially the
Yeah,
ballers them, you know, cause when we come out and we talk about the ballers them and what them do, whether it is good or bad, their names are going abroad
yeah.
all over the globe.
Mm,
People might say, all right, me about a Jamaican baller where I score world per goal. Let me go check him out. Somebody go watch him and say, wait, him good. Agent roll in and ready, scout roll in and ready.
yeah,
You understand? So I think it has, of course, you know, in everything that they do, you know, Neo, there might be loopholes, you know. So I'm not gonna say that we are perfect and we are the best and all
right.
of these things, and because we have our flaws as well.
I agree.
You understand?
Mhm.
And that is humanly. Every human being have them flaw. But our aim is not to disrespect, is not to put down. Our aim is for the betterment of Jamaica's football, the
There,
players,
there you
and the
go.
federation.
There
So
you go.
anybody in the way, as them say, lick them down or you pick them up.
That's right.
And it's not a literal thing. Yeah?
Mhm. Yeah.
Not a literal thing. So I saw the thing set, man. We not stop. We'll continue to do it as long as we have internet and as long as we have breath, we will continue to do it.
Yeah, man, for real, for real.
Hey, Jason says something just now in the chat, you know. Sir P soon put out video on JFF. I mean, feel say one is loading, you know. You know why? The man do one for Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo about the World Cup. And it's like the crime situation subside in Jamaica. The lowest it has ever been. Every man glue it into them television. Whether it is 60-inch, 40-inch, 30-inch, 100-inch, people are watch football. So you never know. A long time I tell the people them figure pressure Sir P, you know. Go in them comment section, go tell them to investigate JFF, you know? So
Imagine
I guess one is loading. We say
that would
there.
be
Oh yeah, imagine it.
that would be something, man. That would definitely be something for real. And I guess I tell you what, I think that is one YouTuber who they would mind, right? So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, man. Sir P would have bring some interest and even laughter and other thing, you know?
true, true.
So so it's set right now. And unfortunately your team get knocked out, Neil.
Which team that?
Wolmer's one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At the
You know,
Walker Cup.
yeah. Wolmer's did have a young team this year, you know, and then with Starballer get injured. So,
Mm.
you know, I mean, the truth is, it was always in a rebuild phase. But if you're in a rebuild phase and you get to the quarterfinals, a quarterfinals will get to,
Mm.
you know, I am disappointed, but it is also giving me reason that, you know, reason for hope going forward. If we can keep if we can keep the team together, that they will do, you know, better next year. You know, on the other hand, I love um schoolboy football and everything, but some people take it way too seriously.
Yeah,
I am, I am,
but Leon said Leon Bailey says it's not really a good development sort of thing.
yeah, I mean, I agree with him. You know, I have mentioned in the past that my thought on it has always been that the the schoolboy teams that have a good program and, you know, a continuous program, they need to be linked up to with the clubs, with a club. Each team, Georges, Woolmers, you know, all of the teams that have been playing well
Mm-hmm.
should link up with a club, or maybe more than one school could link up with a club. I know Woolmers has always had a relationship with Harborview, and to my mind, this relationship should be that when the players finish Manning Cup, they're also playing for Harborview, and that they play year round, not just the short Manning Cup season, but they're playing year round at some other stage or some other level within the Harborview club setup, and that the schools can become there can be a relationship where the schools can help to feed these clubs can help to develop the players, and what it will do is, in my mind, to it will benefit the club, it will benefit the school, it will benefit the player, and because you're playing year round, and because they have good clubs, I mean, because they have good coaches at the school and good coaches at the club, it will benefit football. But the thing where we just want to see our alma maters win at any cost, even at the cost of the players, that to me is not a good thing. And you know, so you know, I mean, yes, I am sorry that Wilmers didn't go through to the finals. I am disappointed. And when and if them win, you know, so me I got cheer and they go show it up, you know, me I go show off and thing. But
Mm-hmm.
the truth is, it's all good fun, you know. But my overall thing is to say, you know, our players and the country become a football powerhouse beyond the Caribbean.
Yeah, definitely. And something needs to be done more in this whole development of youth footballers, because trust me, it needs to go further than just the Manning Cup. And then you're gonna have a lot of people saying things and stuff like that. And it is what it is. It is good for some players. It's a vehicle for some players, but
I, I I have a question for Chris Williams, who I'm a big fan of. You know, my question to him is, how do we how do we integrate the fandom and the energy of schoolboy football? How do we integrate that into the Jamaican Premier League? How do we have a symbiotic relationship and synergies between the two competitions? Because the amount of money and energy that is in schoolboy football, if the JPL get even a third of that,
mm,
it would be such a big improvement. And he has, they have done well, but I don't think that they have reached anywhere the level of interest and energy that schoolboy football still has, you know. So I think that the management team, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just not possible, but in my mind, that's a question that they should be asking themselves.
yeah, definitely. All right, we're gonna put a lid on it right now. Big up yourself, Neil.
All right, guys, big up,
Really
coach,
appreciate you stopping by, talk to us. It's been a while. We
for
know
real.
you're a busy man, but we always welcome you when you can stop by. So again, people, if you have not subscribed to Neo's, or go again, Laws and Insight, please do so.
Yes,
Yeah,
folks. It's not
Neo
it's not
have
dead.
some, huh?
No, I tell them it's not. I've been away for a while, but believe, trust me, in short order, I will be putting out more stuff out there, um, and definitely specific stuff that is going to be addressed to the federation and the Gensec, who told me that he welcomes just suggestions when it comes, suggestions that he, and proposed changes that he thinks will benefit the federation. So that is a promise that I intend to fulfill. So if you guys are around for that part of the journey, I would welcome that, because when I see the criticisms and the comments in the chat, it helps to sharpen my points and give me ideas.
All right. So big up again. Thanks to the people who come out again. Like up the stream if you have not done so. My score for Croatia, Belgium. Croatia 2, Belgium 1. So let's see. Tomorrow is gonna be a very interesting day in the World Cup. Day 12, significant day. All right, people, stay safe, and please remember that this video was brought to you by Denver and the Mango Tree. It is a book for ages 5 to 9 years old. It can be found on Amazon, people. Yes, it's on Amazon. It was written by Jamaican Jody and Francis. Also, the illustrator is a Jamaican, Wayne Carnegie. So please go out and support our own. You know what I mean? And get
For
it for
real.
your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, and also your grandchildren if you have any. You know what I mean? So until next time, people, stay safe. Peace out.
Peace out.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.